Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Health Priority Podcast, where we prioritize your health. This podcast is sponsored by eClinic Africa, and in today's episode, we will be looking at empowering young women to take charge of their health. We are here with Dr. Saimra Shadow, who is a final year medical student, and she will be taking us through all what we need to know about our reproductive health. So, Dr. Mira, I call you Mira. Yes, so that would be common for me. So,
yeah, that's
welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Yes, we met at UNESCO Center of Peace, like the conference, right? I didn't get to know you because we didn't have a lot of chat. I want to know you. Tell me about yourself.
Okay, so thank you for having me on this podcast.
You're welcome.
As she said, Saimra Brahima Shadow.
Shadow.
Yes, like your literal shadow.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm a final year medical student at the University of Ghana Medical School. But I have an undergraduate degree in BSc Biomedical Science from the University of Cape Coast.
I don't know of that.
Yeah, so I'm a graduate student. I did undergrad for 4 years, did national service, and then decided that I still want to become a doctor.
That's why you said, before the conversation, that's why you said, you don't want to feel like you're the oldest in the room. I get it now.
Because I've gone to school for some time, but it's all worth it.
Oh, yes,
I think achieving your dreams comes at a personal cost that you all have to pay. So that's basically what I've been doing for the past 8 to 7 years. Aside medical school, I'm a content creator.
Okay. I think I'll come for classes.
Yeah, you should come. You should pay too.
Oh, hey, God. I need to pay?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay, okay.
My content is basically about med school, the struggles of medical school, and just educating people who want to apply on how med school is like. Just so they don't.
I definitely need to come because I'm in the nursing aspect. Probably I can get some tips from you.
Yeah. And I have friends who are nurses too. So
I was referred in 2 papers, and I use my TikTok page to create awareness on that. And people come in my DM, how did you overcome all of this? How did you overcome all of it? But we are not here for that. So I'll come and see you some other time. Maybe probably after this show.
No problem.
Yeah. So welcome. I know you have an interest in reproductive health, especially among young women.
Yeah, I do.
And people, when it comes to reproductive health, people assume that's like sex. So tell us, take us a summary of what a reproductive health means.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll give a case definition of what reproductive health is. Then
that would be more understanding to our audience out there. Yeah.
So reproductive health, according to WHO, is a state of complete physical, mental, social, and emotional well-being, and not merely the absence of disease, right? So when we take all of them individually, when we say someone has a good reproductive health, it doesn't mean that they just don't have a disease. It means that physically, mentally, and socially, their reproductive health is A1. So you don't just look at whether someone has a disease or not. You have to look at other facets of reproductive health.
Like other facets like what?
So mentally, how is your sex life like? Mentally, touching
on sex. I think we should go there. I mean, yes, reproductive health is so broad. But we can look at the common ones that we like in our daily day. Our mothers don't talk about some of these. And we know sex is part of this thing.
It is.
So why are we not creating why is the education out there? When you're in me, for instance, in my home, I never said, Mommy, I went to have sex with this one. No, I can't say it.
How would you say it?
So why is it that way? Why is it that way?
So I think it has to do with our cultural setting as Ghanaians.
Okay.
So as Ghanaians, we are highly religious people. I'm sorry. And because of that, we tend to put a blanket over the area of sex, which we shouldn't.
Biblically, we add to our culture that, it's bad.
Yes.
But is it bad?
So I think it depends on how you see it. I wouldn't want my personal opinions to come into it, so I'll give the opinion from the side of medicine.
Okay.
So you can say that sex is bad, people should not be having sex, but every day, day in, day out, you see people coming to the clinic, people coming for family planning, and you see that people are having the sex, and people are not being educated on how to have safe sex. So because of that, they come with complications, they come with STIs, they end up going to have an abortion somewhere else and come with various complications of that, and some of them end up losing their lives.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm part of an organization. I think I used to go on outreaches with them to various high schools, and we went to one school at Volta region, and all the girls, I mean, these JHS girls are on family planning, and it's their parents that are like saying that because these motor guys are just giving them one city, like one Ghana city, they have to be on family plan just to get that money. But how this is so sad, really really sad. And what's actually causing that?
So I think it comes from multiple factors. The first thing is that people are not being educated on the fact that as a woman, you are supposed to protect yourself when you're having sex. People see sex as just let me just go and have it and come back, just some quick in and out. But
I mean,
it's a really big deal, and it can affect if you don't have it the right way, it can affect your life long term. You can get STIs that will prevent you from having children in the future. So I'm a big advocate for educating the average young female child on abstinence. But I'm also acutely aware of the fact that not everyone is being abstinent. And I can go on and preach about you shouldn't have sex, wait for marriage and all of that. But again, I don't want my faith to come into this. But I'm taking this from the perspective as a future doctor, where during my OBGYN clerkship, we had girls as young as 16, 18, 20 years coming in with septic abortion, like complications of abortion, and there's widespread infection, and some of them end up losing their lives.
I want to ask it. This is like, I know this, what I'm coming to ask might be sensitive.
No problem.
Do hospitals offer these abortions?
So they do. So we have a PNDC law in Ghana that backs abortion care services in Ghana.
Okay.
So far as you meet those criteria, it's okay.
What's the criteria? Do you know some of them?
I can give a general idea. I can't quote the law verbatim. So like rape.
Okay.
And then if a female, so we have it in law like a female idiot, but it's like a female mad woman has also been taken advantage of. It's also cause for abortion. And also if the presence of the pregnancy is putting the woman's life at risk, it's also a cause of abortion.
Yeah. We talked about some birth controls.
Yeah.
I mean, taking the pills. I mean, it's a form of birth control, right?
It is.
Is it good?
I would say yes and no. It depends on how you use it. And whether you are being educated to use it the right way. So when we talk about family planning, you have the natural family planning method and you have the modern family planning method. So the natural method is you as a woman studying your cycle, getting to know which days you are most fertile, and if you do not want to get pregnant, avoid sex or use protection during those days. And then on the other days when those days are safe for you to have sex, you go on and do that. But with the modern family planning methods, you have the pills you mentioned, the OCPs, oral contraceptive pills. You have the injectables, you have the implants, and you have the intrauterine devices, the copper IUDs that they insert. So there are a lot of options for family planning, and people think it's so expensive.
And people also think that when I'm family planning, like me, for instance, that I do not have a child, and I go in for family planning, that means there is a negative aspect of it. I can't see, people complain of period. They can't see their period. They have this up and down with their periods, irregular periods. So is this true? Like all this is it a misconception or is actually true?
So it depends on the type of family planning you're using. For some of them, it's a proven fact that it will affect your period. And if you look at the mechanism of action, we won't go into that, but if you look at the mechanism of action of each of these methods, they kind of suppress your hormones such that your uterus or your womb is not able to carry a child. So now before you go in for any of these methods, I highly recommend that you sit down with your healthcare professional and get adequate education. Don't just be popping pills here and there just because you don't want to get pregnant. Sit down with someone and let them choose the right method for you.
And I think we've not normalized visiting the sexual health clinic, because if I was to be like 18 years and I go to the sexual health or the reproductive health center, sorry to use the vocabulary, like the vernacular. Akola kitwa we na obahase obeye then, like, you know, some of, I'm a nurse. I mean, I see some of the nurses doing. I mean, you know, the advocacy is not there. As a doctor, I mean, okay, I'm yet to meet like a doctor at the reproductive health center. You know, most of these centers, it comes to just one general doctor taking care of that. So I'm yet. So I have you now. So tell me, if I walk in, what would be your first reaction?
As an 18-year-old girl,
yes, be honest.
I will judge you. I'm sorry.
Like, why are you judging me? I'm 18. Like 18 here in Ghana is like a legalized age. So why are you judging me?
So I would judge you, but that wouldn't prevent me from advising you on the best method available to you. So people think that sometimes as doctors, maybe your faith, like I'm a great woman of faith, and people think that should influence how you provide healthcare services. But then, I mean, looking through the myriad of patients I've come across, I realize that sometimes you judging people is the very thing that will push them away and end up letting them go to other services that are very unsafe, very unhealthy, and they'll end up losing their lives. So I'd rather put things aside, sit you down and educate you that, hey, for your age, we have this and this and this. Would I like for you to abstain? Of course, I would love for everyone to abstain.
Because the more you do this, like you said, I know I've been doing my clinical training. I did my clinical training at Kolebu.
Okay.
For all the, I mean, we were in the COVID season. So for 6 years, I was doing my internal clinicals at Kolebu.
Okay.
And when I was I don't like gynae. I don't like. No, let me be honest. Sorry to say this, but I keep running away from gynae because, me swapai. I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want to, like, you see Kolebu, you see how small the place is. You have to be stepping there.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So when these young girls come there and they are delivering, it's so sad because the treatments they give them. So what's the problem? Like, I will not say like Kolebu, for instance, because if you are driving me away and I go and give birth, like I go somewhere else and I come back, would you be happy to see me in that situation?
If you are healthy, I mean, I think I'll be fine with it, because I think in as much as Ghana's healthcare services gets a bad rap, we have improved.
Oh yeah.
It's been known like 5-6 years ago. At first, you only get certain services at Kolebu, Interbetin, Bator, and the other teaching hospitals. But now there are peripheral health facilities who are able to provide standard healthcare services. So the issue is that my issue is not with you going to another doctor. My issue is you going to someone who is unqualified and unskilled and will tell you a super story on how this, BBI is just something small, and then you end up losing your life.
Getting complications and all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, like, I want you to share your story. Have you encountered these? I mean, as women, you are interested in these young women going through all of these.
Yeah.
Do not have enough knowledge about their reproductive health. So, like, share. I'm sure you've come across some experiences with these young girls.
Yeah, I have.
Could you share like some experience with us?
Yeah, sure. So, before I share an experience, I'd like to give a background on why I'm so passionate about this. I think that as young women, we have so much potential. And even though we like to say that we can do it all, like I can give birth, I can be a work mom, I can be a work wife, I can be everything. But we have to face the fact that the way our body is built, after childbirth, during childbirth, and before childbirth, we need to take time for ourselves. So you getting pregnant is not a decision you should make on a whim. It's a decision you should sit down and think about. It's not something that you just find out that, oh, I'm pregnant, I didn't know. You should put in measures in place to make sure that...
I mean, they have this term for pregnancies that they don't know.
Like cryptic pregnancies.
Yes.
So I think I don't know so much about that. I want to invite my residents and
maybe probably we'll talk more about that because it's all part of the reproductive health.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, okay. Do you know any myth that people say around
contraceptive care
and this reproductive health?
Okay, that's fine. So the number one myth is that, again, as Ghanaians, we are very religious people, and our cultural barriers ends up preventing us from talking about the things that really matters. So one of the myths that I encountered heavily during my OBGYN clerkship was that most women felt like, oh, this family planning, if I get on it, and I'm talking about married women, this family planning, if I get on it and I want to give birth, I would have issues with giving birth. And this all boils down to the point I elucidated about earlier, that with proper education, you can learn to space your children very well, such that it is feasible for you and your husband. So that's the number one myth. People feel like if they get on the OCPs, or if they get the depot shots, or if they get the implants or the IEDs, it will affect their fertility long term. But if you sit down with a qualified health professional, preferably a doctor or a trained nurse in reproductive health, you would get the best out of family planning.
So, Dr. Mira, take us through the preventive care that as a young woman we need to know about our reproductive health.
Okay, so first off, before we get into that, I'd like to say that as a woman, you should know your body, know your cycle, know your, make sure that your feminine personal hygiene is top there.
Feminine. Yeah. I mean, people are using a whole lot under there. And, you know, some people like, oh, I'm going to have sex with my man. I need to like use certain things to keep up like clean because
suck it up.
I need to go to the next man and feel like not smell bad.
I get you.
Yeah.
So with that the female reproductive system, especially with the vagina, has a natural cleansing mechanism. So sometimes you see a lot of people using douches. Some are FDA approved, some are not approved, some are natural methods, which they'll tell you will tighten up the place and in the end give you issues later on. But they don't tell you that, you know, they just sell the good side of it. So I would say that with you trying to keep the place neat and clean, just use water. Water is fine.
You know, sometimes after your period, like, it feels like place still... Because you get this discharges out from the place and you feel like you want to use something.
So with
I
that...
saw a video that somebody said... You can use lemon. I mean, the lemon is not inside though. Like in chain, or like you use the lemon at the sides in between your thighs. That's why I heard. I saw online.
Is it good? Medical professionals, we should also get on TikTok and Instagram and also start talking about these things.
Awareness, because like somebody without like any knowledge about this. Oh yeah, lemon is good. We use lemon for our armpits. And then we wait for a while, then we bath off. So yeah, probably somebody will, oh, okay, if I can use lemon for my armpits and I can use lemon in between my thighs to feel fresh, why not?
The issue I have with that is that your vagina or your female reproductive system has a very tight regulatory system for regulating your pH. And lemon is highly acidic. So there are certain organisms that we call commensal organisms. They naturally live there. They don't cause any harm. They regulate your natural body's pH and everything. Any slight tipping of your pH to either acidic or alkaline can make these bacteria grow in excess of normal. Then you get these yeast infections. You get this candida. Then you come and say that you went to sleep with someone and then you got this infection. Meanwhile, you are using things there that are not supposed to be there. So just water is fine. And if you're on your period, make sure that you change your pads as frequently as possible.
What if I can't afford a pad? I I told you that we go for outreaches that people were on, like these girls were on birth control, family planning. These girls, we went to a school that most of the girls they don't know, like they can't afford a pad. What can we use?
So first off, we'd like to call up to the government to make sure that the sanitary... I don't see why sanitary pads should be taxed.
Price, yes. And now it's 20 cedis, or some places are selling for 30 cedis too.
It's still a lot of money. I'm sorry. 20, 30 Ghana. It's still a lot of money. And the other thing is that apart from pads, there's the recent advent of the menstrual cup. Where you just use it. It literally looks like a cup. So you can use it for...
How comfortable is that?
That's the other aspect. And with that, your personal hygiene has to be very good. Because this cup is going to sit in the whole day. And you're literally going to just take the cup out, pour the blood, rinse it, wash it, disinfect it, and put it back in. So if you know you don't have access to clean water, you don't have access to sanitary conditions, I recommend you don't use it because it can easily cause an infection. Because unlike the pad, where you just line it in your underwear, the cap goes in. So if there's an infection, trust me, it's going to travel all the way up.
I don't know how to use that, but I mean, probably I'll watch that on a YouTube video or something.
A video.
Oh, thank you so much for this information. Would you
welcome.
like to share something out there for our audience? Because I mean, this is a whole topic that we can talk for like the whole day. So like share something like in a summary for our audience to know out there.
Okay. That's fine. So thank you again for inviting me to this podcast. So the last thing and the final thing I'd like to say is that as a woman, you should know your body. Make sure that you are in sync with your cycle. You should know when your fertile days are. You should know how long you're supposed to bleed. And within those days, if you're experiencing pain, if you're seeing clots in your blood, if you're experiencing heavy menstrual bleed, please do not hesitate to go and see your gynecologist. The second thing is that if you know that you have a need for contraceptive care, do not wait to get pregnant and come and say that, oh, I should have known or I didn't know. You are having sex. There's a high likelihood that you will get pregnant. So make sure that you go and see your family planning unit. Make sure that they draw up a complete contraceptive plan for you that works with your schedule and that works with your age group. And the last thing I'd like to say is that as women, we have a lot of potential. Don't let the fact that you don't know about these things hinder you from becoming great in life. Because giving birth and having so many children at a go, we don't like to say it, but it kind of impacts your progress in career and life-wise as a woman. So make sure that you're on top of all of these things. And if you need to reach me out, I'm on Instagram as Becoming Dr. Mira on Instagram, TikTok.
We are following already. Yeah. And I want to say this, like, we shouldn't self-medicate. That's the thing. If we want to use any herbal drug or anything around our vagina or even for our body, I think there are herbal doctors now in the hospitals. We can just go and seek consultation and just, okay, please, doctor, I want to use this herbal drug. And know more information before using it. Yes. If this episode helped you, share it with a friend. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, the Health Priority Podcast. See you in our next episode. Bye-bye.